Happy to try. Does anyone have a question?
I have a question, Stuart.
Yes, Paul.
Excuse me. Are there actually different stages in the meditative state, or not?
Are there different stages of, what do you mean, of
In
consciousness?
the yes, in the meditative states. I mean, do you know if you're like going profound, or are there names for that, or not, or is it important, or not at all, or
I
it's
don't
just
think,
like 1-0?
yeah, Paul, it's not important. It really isn't.
Okay.
There are no names. Yeah, there probably are names for it, but I don't have a list of those names. Look, every time you sit and meditate, you open different areas of consciousness in the cosmos, inside yourself, different ways of seeing the world, more conscious ways of seeing the world. All of this is part and parcel of what it means to go deep inside yourself. So if they have names, I don't know. All I know is that when the chakra system gets highly developed, you see a more refined world. You see a world that, it isn't so convoluted and crazy and tense. You can look past all of the illusions. Now, these are different stages. Being trapped in illusion is one state. And that usually is when the mind is buzzing and there's so much, talk in the head and emotions. When that breaks down and you begin to see on the other side of illusion, it's another stage of consciousness. And it's the same way inside yourself when you begin to perceive things on the astral plane, on the, time and space and form. And, these are different planes of consciousness. But what their names are, I have no idea. I have no idea. Except they manifest because one is growing inside themselves. So, if you want different stages and planes of consciousness, basically that's what it is. Are we living in illusion, or are we living on the other side of illusion, where we can perceive what's real in life? Are we opening only to thinking inside ourselves, or have we quieted the mind and the consciousness can rise into the cosmos and open to higher forces of energy that are really very open and ready to receive us? There are dividing lines. And I must admit, that's true. When we're thinking all the time, it's impossible to really connect with higher forces of energy. We're so full of ourselves. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? There's moving on from living in a static way to opening, and life has creativity and growth. Excuse me one second. Life has creativity and growth and change. There's all kinds of movement and things happening in our lives. It's a different way of perceiving the world than a world that is just static. And there are many people that live in static worlds. A world can't be completely static because whether we want to or not, everybody is changing every day in their life. And in many cases, the changes that take place in all of us every day are intimidating and threatening, have to do with age and time and getting older. And you know? And all of this ceases if we really develop a chakra system that connects us with energy that's infinite in the universe. There's no fear of change and growth because everything is one. It's all part of a growth process of getting closer to enlightenment, to God, higher energy. Does anyone else have a question? You know, these videos that are taken after the class are really becoming more and more important in attracting people to this meditation practice. I mean, literally almost every day I get people telling me they've seen these videos on YouTube, on, Facebook. And I was skeptical at first, but I'm very grateful we're doing this because I'm getting some really interesting people are getting in touch with me, people with very deep need for spiritual lives. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as this thing continues to grow. That's why questions are important because, I get tired of going over the same territory all the time. And if people ask questions, it always opens up new areas of things in myself and things that I can talk about. Does anyone else have a question? You don't have to ask questions. Nobody is threatening you to ask questions. So, but if they're real questions and they come from a place deep inside, it's great because the things that you need to know, I'm sure everyone else in this meditation needs to know also.
I will try to share something or maybe ask. I don't know. Maybe
Well, don't say something, ask something.
After operation, I was yet with drugs after operation, and I talk nonsense. But afterwards, I was wake up, and I didn't have any thoughts, and I felt very much light.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to deal with that, to breathe deeply. It was so nice. It was beautiful. After 2-3 hours, I get my thoughts back. It was not so nice, but I'm thinking all the time, if I try to control my thoughts, don't think negative, then it become light. Is it
Well, the best
possible?
way, look, Flora, the best way to control your thoughts is to use the energy of mind as an instrument to open the chakra below the navel. If you get the chakra below the navel open, you'll be able to control your thoughts. You'll see that light all the time. You'll see that light in the classes. You'll see that light coming out of your children. You'll see that light coming out of your relatives. You'll see that light everywhere you go.
Oh.
But you got to get your attention here. If you start thinking about it, it destroys the whole energy.
Yes.
It just, it's like, I don't know. It just does. It just really taints the entire process. But that's the training of this meditation. You understand? To learn how to do this. Then you see the light. You see light coming out of everything. A stone will have energy and light coming out of it. Everything.
But I'm glad to come there one day.
And you won't need drugs to do this.
No, but it was one experience that told me it's hope for me one day. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. And there's a lot of hope for you. And, you've grown so much since you started this meditation that I just think it's to me, it's just wonderful, Flora. Just continue working on yourself.
I will.
Don't worry if you start thinking, and it takes time to master yourself. That's the biggest job, mastering oneself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, then there'll be meditation on Sunday. God bless you all and thank you. And I always say this after the class, maybe you're tired of hearing it, but I'm not tired of saying it. I am very grateful that all of you show up for these classes and that we have these classes and the changes that take place in these classes and the things that are revealed in these classes are sometimes so profound that without having you here, it's not possible to do this. So bless you all and thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Sunday. God bless.
Bless you
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you.
Bye, night, good day.